In this video, I'm going to be talking about the 10 mistakes singles make when they're looking for a healthy relationship. Now, key in on healthy. Anybody's ready for a relationship at any time. The question is that going to be a healthy relationship, free of struggles and drama and misunderstandings and all that good stuff? So in this video, I'm going to tell you about the 10 mistakes singles make when they're looking for a healthy relationship. Okay, number one, they're not sure who they are. Now, this is a big deal because when you're in a relationship, the primary thing you give that other person is who you are, literally who you are. And if you don't know who you are yet, what you're going to have to offer that other person is confusion. You're not going to know, you're going to be offering them confusion. So think about what it would be like if you were on the receiving end of confusion. It's just not fun. So the correction for that is figure out who you are, discover who you are first. And once you have a really good sense of who you are, then you get a gold star on number one. All right. Number two, you've not taken ownership of yourself. Now, what does that really mean? Well, most of us have struggles, things have happened to us, we have traumas from the past, we have things that weren't fun. Are those things still lingering? Do you still feel the pain from those things? For instance, let's just say somebody yelled at you really loud a year ago. Are you still kind of responding to that inside? I don't feel good about myself, whatever. If so, you're bringing that trauma to you. And remember what I said about the first point. When you know who you are, you can bring that person to the relationship. Well, if you have not taken ownership of you, you're bringing that trauma to the relationship too. And if it's not fun for you, it's not going to be fun for the other person. The other person's going to be on the receiving end of something that isn't that fun. So what I mean by ownership is, for instance, let's just say you had a bunch of traumas happen to you when you were growing up or in adulthood or wherever, whatever the case may be. Have you looked at that? Have you released the pain? Have you let go of the pain and decided this is who I'm going to be from this? As a result of this, this is who I'm going to be, and this is my choice to be this new person in response to all those traumas. And this new person that you are is a decision. It's a decision to be that new person, and it's a deliberate decision. Now, making that deliberate decision to become somebody in response to whatever traumas, whatever unpleasantness, is taking ownership. And if you've done that, then that deliberate decision is going to, you made it because the person you decided to be is a fun person to be, a high self-esteem person, the whole bit. Remember, you're bringing who you are into that relationship. So when you're looking for it, make sure that person is somebody you really like and you've discovered with clarity. Another mistake, number three, seeing a relationship as something you primarily get from. When you're in a relationship, you want attention from the other person and you want a bunch of other goodies from the other person. Emotional stuff, attention, and a bunch of other stuff I'm not going to list here. Now, do you see the relationship as primarily something to get things from, or do you see it as something primarily to give of yourself to? If your answer is you see it primarily to give of yourself to, you get a gold star for this one because that's the truth. I mean, we all know couples, you know the couple who constantly has problems, issues, and when you're around them you kind of feel drained. Well, they're the ones that feel like ultimately a relationship is something to take from because they're more often in that taking mode than they are in the giving mode, and that taking mode is what you feel when you feel how draining they can be. Now, just the opposite is giving mode. The couple who is usually happy, usually solves problems pretty quickly, and usually has energy left over just to relax and enjoy. That is the couple who who treats the relationship as primarily something to give to. Now, if you think it's primarily something to take from, you don't get a gold star and you're not ready for a healthy relationship simply because you think it's something to take from. You need to get to a place where you have enough energy that you're willing to look at relationships sincerely as something to give to. Because it's not a 50-50 split. It's not, okay, 50% of the time I'll take, 50% of the time I'll give. It's more like an 80-20, my opinion. 80% of the time I'm going to give, 20% of the time I'm going to take. That is a good relationship. Okay. Number 4, not ready to make somebody else's opinions and needs as important as your own. Now think about that on a deep level. As you're going about your day, if you're single, your needs are top dog. When you're hungry, you don't really think about somebody else. When you want to listen to a particular radio station, when you make decisions, no matter what you do all day, you're thinking of yourself primarily. And that's fine. When somebody else is in your life in the form of a relationship and it's healthy, you're going to have to include their opinions, wants, and desires as important and make them as important as your own. And now think about what that means. That when I say the words, it doesn't sound that big of a deal, but try living that 24/7. It becomes a big deal because it changes the priority of your thoughts. It changes how you prioritize things. It changes how you make decisions. It changes everything because you have to include somebody else's opinions, wants, and desires into your thinking, into your planning, into your idle time, into your relaxing time. Are you ready to do that? If so, you get a gold star for this one. If not, that's okay. You're just not ready. And if you try to get into a relationship when you're not ready with this item, it's not going to be healthy. There's going to be issues with it, and you're going to find those issues. Okay, number 5, not truly happy with yourself. If you're not truly happy with yourself, let's get back to the basics. What is your primary gift to the person you're in a relationship with? What is your primary thing that you're giving? What is the primary outreach? It's who you are. And if you're not happy with you, the other person isn't going to be happy with you either. And it's not a judgment, it's just a reality. If you're cold, you put a jacket on, you don't take a shirt off. It's just the reality. If it's raining, you use an umbrella, otherwise you're going to get wet. It's just a reality. If you're not happy with you, then the person that you are giving the primary thing, the primary gift, the primary energy, the primary experience you're giving your mate in that relationship is an unhappy person. And that's going to make for an unhappy relationship. And don't expect somebody else to make up for it. It doesn't work that way, bottom line. The laws of, whatever you want to call the laws of that govern these relationships say no, it doesn't work that way. Not ready to reveal your true insides to someone else. Now this is a big deal because if let's just say that you're looking for a relationship, you think you're ready, but there's some things about you inside that you don't want to reveal. You just don't. So you just kind of close up. When you close up, it's the equivalent of pushing the other person away. Anybody who you might be considering as a mate, when you close up, you're pushing the other person away. So when you push somebody away, it does not make for a healthy, happy relationship. It makes for a get out of my face, get out of my way. That happens emotionally, and the other person's going to feel it, and when they get pushed away enough, they're going to walk away or back away or move away, and you're going to feel that distance, and that's a drama creator, that's a problem creator, and so forth. So make sure that from that one person that you're looking for to be in that close relationship with, you're really willing to open up and reveal your insides, and just to absolutely reveal your insides. Okay. If you do not have, this is item number 7, if you do not have a deep sense of trust in your life, okay? And what do I mean by that? Life is a series of ups and downs. It just is. It's a series of, today I'm having a really good day, this hour I'm having a really good hour, something happens, there's a problem, you gotta solve it, you're not sure. You go to bed at night, not sure how to solve that. It bothers you the next morning, another chance to solve it. Life is a series of ups and downs. Now, do you have a deep sense of no matter how you experience those ups and downs, things ultimately get resolved, and there's a trust there that they get resolved. And sometimes the solutions you don't even see coming. Do you have that deep sense of trust? If the answer is yes, you get a gold star for this one. If the answer is no, you're going to bring the anxiety that comes from that, the stress that comes from that, the uncertainty that comes from that to you, and that's going to be part of what you give to your partner or your future partner. Are they going to like that? If you share that part of you with your future partner, how do you think that's going to affect the relationship? Yes, I agree. With whatever you're thinking right now, I totally agree. That's why this is one of the points on the list, and it's a big one. Okay. You have not this is number 8. You have not let go of all the past traumas in your life. Now, this is also a big one. You're beaten up in high school as a kid or whatever the past trauma was. If you're still holding on to that, it's the emotional equivalent of pulling it to you so you can hold it tight to you. And again, what do you think is going to happen when you get used to holding this tight to you and you start getting close to someone who you're considering for a partner, husband, wife, whatever? You're going to bring that right with you into that relationship. And they're probably going to go, what's this? What's this? And you're going to say, I don't know. Well, there's something there. I don't know what you're talking about. Well, we'll get into that in a second. But the bottom line is, if you have not emotionally let go of all this stuff, this goes along with taking ownership of yourself. You're not ready for that healthy relationship, because what you're going to get is a relationship with some struggle and confusion and stress in it. That's what you're going to get. So, okay, not ready for your life to change. What do you think is going to happen when you meet that person and you want to get close to that person and you want that person in your life 24/7 or even 12 hours a day? You want that person in your life quite a bit. Well, your life's going to change, because your thinking is going to change. Your experience of your life is going to change, because it is now connected with that other person. That other person's everything, wants, needs, habits, irritations, annoyances, opinions are coming into your world, and everything's going to change. And if you like your life, if you're happy as a lark and you've got high self-esteem and everything's great and your life's working great and you don't want anything to change, then that's great. You're happy, which is good. And you're not ready for a relationship, because the relationship involves you changing your life. And if you're not ready for that, then guess what? You're going to reject the relationship. So, and that's fine. Just be clear about it. Hey, I don't want my life to change. If I get involved with you, my life's going to change. Okay, not understanding the concept of an emotional mirror. Now, this, I think, is a unique and very interesting one. Okay? Now, let's just say your bathroom mirror reflects a physical image directly back to you. That's what it does. It reflects a physical image directly back to you. Somebody you're that close to in a relationship reflects an emotional image right back to you. Think about it. An emotional mirror. Hold on just a second. This is why, have you noticed that every single point I make here looks right back to you? When you're looking out there for that person, I'm bringing it right back to you, because your experience in that relationship is coming directly from your experience of being you and living your life. And when I get into the concept of an emotional mirror, think about it. That bathroom mirror reflects your physical image right back to you. Well, a relationship reflects your emotional stuff, the good stuff and the not so good stuff, the fun stuff and the not so fun stuff, right back to you. And what does that mean? How does that affect you? How does that affect your partner? And it can get pretty deep. So in the next video, which I'm going to call Attraction is Not a Choice, I'm going to get into that more clearly. But bottom line is, if you have all these 10 points intact and gold stars, when it reflects right back to you, it's going to be pretty nice. So, attraction is not a choice. That's my next video. See you there.